If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The rumors swirling around the NFL universe has finally taken shape in whispers that fans and insiders alike have been buzzing about for weeks. SHEDEUR Sanders, the young quarterback who had been showing flashes of brilliance with the Cleveland Browns, is reportedly making the move to the Buffalo Bills. Sources close to the situation have suggested that the discussions between the teams were more than just formalities. They were intense negotiations, late-night calls, and strategic chess moves that have ultimately reshaped the quarterback landscape in a way no one could have fully predicted. Cleveland, known for its passionate fan base, is reportedly feeling a mixture of heartbreak and excitement, because while the team loses a promising young talent, they are also opening up the field for a potential new face to redefine the offense. On the other side, Buffalo seems to be playing a calculated risk, bringing in Sanders not only for his raw athletic ability, but also for his pedigree, his football IQ, and importantly, his charisma that seems to energize both teammates and fans. It's said that discussions around this trade were fueled by multiple layers of strategy, contracts, future draft picks, and even the way each franchise envisions their long-term quarterback plan. Rumors indicate that Sanders himself has been actively engaged in envisioning his next chapter, weighing opportunities, and considering how his skill set might flourish in a system led by the Bills' coaching staff, who reportedly have been impressed by his adaptability and field vision. There's talk in the league that this move could shake up not only the AFC East, but potentially the way other franchises approach young talent acquisition, signaling that patience and potential are being valued in ways that weren't standard just a few seasons ago. Analysts and insiders alike are pointing out that Sanders' move is more than a simple transfer. It represents a statement about how NFL teams are willing to bet on talent that can energize a locker room and a fan base simultaneously. The story didn't end with the trade whispers alone. Kevin Stefanski, head coach of the Cleveland Browns, reportedly made a heartfelt statement regarding the departure of Sanders, sending waves through social media platforms and news outlets. According to insiders, Stefanski's farewell wasn't just a formality. It carried the weight of genuine appreciation for what Sanders brought to the Browns organization during his tenure. Fans have been sharing clips of Stefanski expressing his hopes for Sanders' future, emphasizing not only the professional opportunities that lie ahead in Buffalo, but also the personal growth and happiness he hopes the young quarterback experiences. The coach's message reportedly included reflections on Sanders' leadership style, his ability to inspire teammates, and his uncanny capacity to remain poised under pressure, qualities that, according to insiders, have made a lasting impression on the coaching staff. The public reaction to Stefanski's farewell has been a mixture of nostalgia, excitement, and speculation, with analysts dissecting every word for hints about how the Browns might restructure their offense in his absence. Rumor mills suggest that Stefanski may already have plans for the quarterback position, but those discussions are being kept tightly under wraps, fueling further intrigue among fans and commentators. The timing of Stefanski's message, according to insiders, was strategically coordinated to ensure that Sanders' transition felt positive, framing the narrative as one of mutual respect rather than conflict. The emotional tone of the farewell is reportedly resonating not only with Cleveland supporters, but also with Bills fans, who are eager to see Sanders integrate into a team that has long been competitive in the AFC. Meanwhile, social media chatter has exploded with debates about Sanders' potential fit within Buffalo's offensive schemes, his chemistry with teammates, and how Stefanski's words might influence perceptions of the Browns' decision-making process in the weeks to come. In many ways, Stefanski's farewell has become a focal point of the narrative, highlighting that in professional sports, departures can be as emotionally charged and strategically significant as the games themselves. The move of Sanders to Buffalo is being dissected by insiders for more than just its impact on the field. It's being analyzed as a cultural shift within the organization and the league at large. Sources suggest that Buffalo's interest in Sanders is partly driven by his social media presence and his ability to connect with a younger audience, which could translate into both fan engagement and marketability. Analysts have reportedly been debating the implications of this move, suggesting that it could redefine how franchises evaluate talent beyond traditional metrics like passing accuracy, completion percentages, or even combined statistics. Rumors indicate that the Bills see Sanders as a potential game-changer who brings intangibles, leadership, charisma, and adaptability that could inspire both veteran players and rookies alike. Conversations in locker rooms around the league are reportedly focused on how this acquisition might shift defensive strategies, with opponents now needing to prepare for Sanders' unique style and improvisational skills. Moreover, insiders claim that the transition is expected to be smoother than most, thanks to pre-existing relationships and mutual respect between Sanders and members of the Bills' coaching staff. The narrative being spun is that this is not merely a tactical acquisition, but a story of opportunity, growth, and vision, where both the player and the organization see the potential for a mutually beneficial journey. Social media discussions also point out that Sanders' arrival may intensify competition within the quarterback room, pushing veterans to elevate their performance while simultaneously giving the team a spark of youth and creativity. Observers are reportedly intrigued by how Sanders' decision-making, poise under pressure, and improvisational plays will fit into Buffalo's existing offensive structure, which is known for its strategic complexity and adaptability. Sources hint that there are ongoing, private strategy sessions focused on integrating Sanders' skill set seamlessly into game plans while maintaining team cohesion and morale. In essence, the speculation around this move suggests that the Bills are not just acquiring a quarterback. They're orchestrating a potential cultural shift designed to energize the organization from the inside out, with ripple effects expected across the league. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Rumors from insiders indicate that Sanders' own mindset entering this transition has been characterized by a mix of excitement and cautious optimism. Sources close to the quarterback report that he has been analyzing game film, meeting virtually with key staff members, and engaging in mental preparation designed to accelerate his integration into the Buffalo system. Analysts speculate that Sanders' approach to this new chapter is emblematic of a professional who understands both the pressures of the NFL and the expectations that accompany a high-profile move. Word on social media suggests that Sanders is embracing the challenge with a mindset focused on learning, collaboration, and immediate impact, potentially signaling a level of maturity beyond his years. Behind the scenes, sources suggest that team meetings have been intensive, with Sanders participating in strategy sessions, reviewing playbooks, and even discussing leadership dynamics with coaches and veteran teammates. The rumor mill has also hinted that Sanders is positioning himself not just as a quarterback, but as a potential face of the franchise, someone capable of bridging the gap between established veterans and emerging talent. Analysts are reportedly fascinated by how his transition might influence Buffalo's offensive style, especially given Sanders' known ability to improvise and adapt under pressure. Observers speculate that this move could also inspire similar trades across the league, encouraging teams to take calculated risks on young, dynamic players who offer both athletic skill and cultural resonance. Social chatter highlights that fans are eagerly anticipating Sanders' first public appearances in Bills gear, interpreting them as a symbol of a new era for the team. Meanwhile, insider chatter continues to focus on the balance between Sanders' potential and the expectations placed upon him, with discussions highlighting the intricate dance of talent management, mentorship, and high-stakes performance that defines NFL careers. In essence, the speculation surrounding Sanders' mindset and preparation adds a human element to a story that is as much about personal growth as it is about football strategy, keeping fans and analysts alike on edge. Speculation within NFL circles has also turned to how Cleveland will respond strategically to Sanders' departure. Rumors suggest that the Browns are actively exploring alternative quarterback options, either through internal development or targeted acquisitions, in order to maintain competitive stability. Sources indicate that Stefanski and his staff are emphasizing continuity in offensive philosophy while simultaneously scouting for a player capable of bringing a different energy to the team. Analysts are reportedly debating whether Cleveland will pivot to a more aggressive passing game or double down on its existing approach, with insiders suggesting that the decision may be influenced by broader market dynamics and the availability of emerging talent. Social media chatter reflects the uncertainty and curiosity surrounding Cleveland's next moves, with fans speculating on potential trade targets, draft picks, and rookie acquisitions. Rumors also indicate that Stefanski is leveraging his farewell to Sanders as a way to publicly acknowledge the quarterback's contributions while subtly signaling that the organization is preparing for strategic evolution. Observers highlight that such transitions are rarely linear, with internal evaluations, team culture, and locker room dynamics all playing pivotal roles in the eventual outcome. Sources close to the organization suggest that the Browns are balancing the desire to maintain competitive performance with the need to invest in long-term player development. Analysts point out that the team's response could set a precedent for how franchises handle high-profile departures in the future, potentially influencing broader league trends. Meanwhile, insiders continue to speculate on how Sanders' performance in Buffalo might retroactively affect Cleveland's strategy, as rival teams monitor both transitions closely to gain tactical insights. In this sense, the narrative surrounding Sanders' move is not confined to a single city or roster. It reverberates across the NFL, influencing decision-making, fan expectations, and the ongoing dialogue about talent, leadership, and team identity. The ripple effects of Sanders' rumored move to Buffalo are reportedly extending beyond just team strategy and fan anticipation. Insiders suggest that the trade could have significant implications for the broader AFC landscape. Analysts indicate that defensive coordinators are already revising game plans in anticipation of Sanders' playing style, with particular focus on his mobility, decision-making, and ability to improvise under pressure. Rumor sources suggest that opposing teams are analyzing not only his physical capabilities, but also the psychological impact of a young quarterback transitioning to a high-expectation environment. Conversations within league circles reportedly emphasize that Sanders' move could prompt other franchises to reconsider their quarterback development strategies, potentially prioritizing potential and versatility over immediate performance metrics. Social media chatter reflects the widespread intrigue, with fans debating how Sanders will mesh with Buffalo's offensive schemes, whether he can develop chemistry with key receivers, and how his presence might alter the balance of power in the AFC East. Sources also indicate that the Bills are preparing a structured plan to integrate Sanders into high-pressure situations, emphasizing mentorship, game day experience, and gradual exposure to complex offensive plays. Analysts speculate that if Sanders thrives, it could validate a broader league trend toward acquiring and developing young, high-ceiling quarterbacks rather than relying solely on established veterans. Meanwhile, insiders continue to track every training session, press conference, and social media post for clues about how Sanders is adjusting to his new environment, feeding a narrative that is as much about anticipation and speculation as it is about performance. This ongoing buzz suggests that the quarterback's move is not merely a roster change. It is a story of evolving league dynamics, strategic experimentation, and the unpredictable nature of professional football, keeping fans, analysts, and rivals alike captivated by what might unfold next. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!